everybody. Today is Saturday, March 5th, and it is an amazing afternoon. We have 70 plus degrees, a nice wind coming through the trees, and we're just waiting for the family to come pick up their pup. And so we're getting them all ready for the trip for them to travel with their pup, and that means we got to get them all tuckered out. So we bring the pups out to one of their favorite spots, which is up here at our little pavilion up here in the trees at the top of our land, up near the summit of our property. Elevation gain on our land, from the very top of our land to the very bottom of our land, we have like 300 feet of elevation gain. And the perimeter of our land is about 1.5 miles, and I don't know if you can see it through the trees, but we have cliffs and rock outcroppings, and it's just a blast. We have about 1.5 miles also of some trails, so we let the kids tool around on the side-by-side. And anyways, it's just wonderful. There's no leaves yet here on the trees, too early for that, but we will take this amazing weather any day of the week. So the pups will too. They love it. They're gonna run around and just have a blast. No need for the patio heaters today, so that's always nice. And I will let the pups just be the star of the show from here on out. The previous times we've been up here with these pups, they have been too small to explore, and today's a big day for them to venture out into a new spot they've never been before. So what we did is our little pavilion's built on quite a slope. You may not be able to tell, maybe you can, but so there's a little terrace of rock right here on the front of the pavilion, and we built a little drawbridge that goes across from the edge of the railing out to a stump that was from one of the trees that was cut down right through here. And we took a couple of the balusters and made it so we could slide those in and out and remove them. And so then we fenced off an area and put some wood chips down in the dirt and just let the pups play. We kept some of the logs from this tree that we cut out, and we kept some of those and placed them up here on this little hillside for a spot for us to play and sit down on and enjoy things, and then a few obstacles for the pups to do. So I'm gonna head out here, just gonna climb over this and encourage the pups. They've never been out here. They don't even know this is open. They've never come through this before, and oftentimes they struggle getting up that first little bit to get over onto the drawbridge here. But I'm going to call them and see what they do as we sit over here. Over here? Over here? Oh, Brown, you figured it out. Come on. Come on, Blue. Good boys. Come on, Teal. Be brave. Come on. Good girl. Okay. Okay, Mr. Red. Come on. Come on. Come on, Purple. We got Violet's Purple and Mr. Red that's like, how did you guys get out there? Come on. Over here. Over here. Come on. Right. Oh, wrong spot. Find the opening. There you go. Come on. Come on. Take the big step. Good girl. Okay. Don't fall off the sides. That's the tricky spot of that drawbridge. Just figuring that out. Okay, Mr. Red. Come on. Figure it out. You can see the wheels in his head cranking. He's wondering why everybody else is out but not him. Over here. Come on. I'll show you. I'll show you again. Come here. Come on. Right here. Oh, good. That's it. That's your open spot. Good boy. Okay. Good boy. Okay, kids. Come on. Up the hill. Up the hill. Come on. Up we go. Up we go. Good puppies. Good puppies. Yes. And this is kind of the upper part up here in this corner. We haven't even raked out the leaves. It was blowing all winter up through here. There's quite the pile of leaves. The pups would lose themselves in all of that. Mr. Brown, he found it. What do you think of that noise, Mr. Brown? Huh? What do you think of that, Mr. Red? It's quite the climb for their little legs to make it up that steep spot. In the camera, it's a little deceiving how steep that is right there. You can see the ground, maybe, to get a better angle. You can see the ground tapering off the base of that tree right there. But it's pretty steep right here. What do you pups think? Oh, they love the leaves. They love the leaves. And we've got pups running all around. It's a little tricky to stay ahead of them with the camera, figuring out who's going away. Oh, wipe out! So one of the tricky things is this is the most topography these pups have ever been on. So them figuring out how to use their brakes usually results in a couple crashes along the way. So it takes them a little bit to figure out their own speed and their own brakes and topography a little bit, but that's just the way it goes, right? You got to figure it out one way or the other. So, but it's just a wonderful day. Holy cow. It was pretty cool earlier this week and really cool last week, and we're just loving it. Still need to do some spring cleaning along down through here and get those leaves out. We have some little obstacle playground pieces that we put down there in the winter time, and then we set those up either up here or in the pavilion for the pups to play on as they want to run around and play. So while the pups are playing, I'm just going to talk a little bit. We live in the woods. We don't live in a bubble, and so we don't use anything necessarily store-bought for tick control with our dogs. One of the things we love about Vizslas is their short coat, and ticks love the leaves and ticks love dogs, and when you get that combination together, it's very possible to have a tick crawling around them. So our normal practice when we've got our dogs out is every time the dogs come in, we just give them a good rub down and eyeball them and see if there's any ticks walking around on them, and then we can just pick them off right there and get rid of them. And very seldom do any get through that process. And so that's one of the things we love about Vizslas is their short, low maintenance coat. You can just see that really easy, and if a tick is walking around on them, there's no place for them to hide on a Vizsla. They are about the same color as a Vizsla, so you got to use your eyeballs pretty good. But besides that, you can just rub your hand over them, check inside their ears, check their ear flap, check their armpits, the undersides of their arms, things like that, and should be good to go. I think Mr. Brown got something in his eye. What's in your eye? What happened, Mr. Brown? He was running through the brush and he might have got a stick in the eye or something. He was just pawing his eyes. But he's loving the leaves. Look at him. Oh, what a hoot. What a hoot. They love the leaves. Yeah. You guys love the leaves. So while the pups are playing more, I'll continue to talk on fleas and ticks and things like that. We've never had to do any kind of treatment for fleas. We've never had to do any treatment for ticks as far as repellent, but there are some natural sprays and things like that that we would turn to if we felt like the need necessitated it. There are some good products out there. They're not necessarily poisonous or fail proof, and so you do have to keep a good eye on your pup and on your dog, even if you use some of those natural sprays. But you can use some products, you know, you can spray them down before a hike, and that may deter some of those ticks from really taking hold on them, things like that. So, but besides that, ticks love the leaves, they love the long grasses, they love the brush, and shaded, cool areas. So if you find yourself out on a hike and your dog's entering those types of environments, you'll just want to use extra caution. As your dog gets back in the car from a hike or something like that, just give them a good rub down and check them over really good. And they're not hard to spot. So, I mean, we've pulled off dozens over the years off our dogs, and so they're not that hard to spot. So we've got, right now, we've got 3 of Violet's pups still with us. Brown, teal, and purple. She's got more of a lavender color on her. You'll notice a size difference in those 3. Out of Violet, they're not quite as full-sized as Willow's pups. Willow is quite tall. She's not a big frame, but she's quite tall, and her pups often get that heat from her. So we've got Willow's red and Willow's blue still with us, and you'll see them stand a little bit higher than the other 3. But other than that, coat colors and condition-wise, they are quite similar. Overall, not one that's really a lot lighter than the others, not one that's super dark compared to the others. These guys are pretty consistently colored with their coat color. To a whistle. Hey, Mr. Blue, you came. Good boy. So we do a little bit of early recall conditioning with the pups. You'll see them all at my feet right now. I whistled, and they want attention and they want a treat. So basically, whenever we interact with pups, whether we're feeding them or whether the kids are just wanting to play with them and hold them, help socialize them, our whole family knows every time they go out to work with the pups or take care of them, then we ask them to do a little whistle. And we do the little whistle. And so the pups are pre-programmed when they go home for recall to a whistle. And I will just demonstrate that again. I'm going to walk away from them here. See if I can get away. Oh, we got a few followers. Over here, Teal. You couldn't see me for a minute. There you are. So did a little whistle, and here we are, 5 pups right by us. So we do that from a pretty young age with them, and they respond really well. They're smart, super smart, smarter than we want them to be sometimes. I will say that they will manipulate you and outsmart you if you let them. So you got to pay attention with your training and get in the mind of a dog and figure out what they're thinking when they're trying to misbehave, and adjust your approach with them accordingly. Because these little pups are smart. Aren't you, pups? We got a couple hiding behind the tree. Hey, pups. Hey, pups. See the wind blowing the leaves up the hill? Got a nice breeze. It feels great. The sun is out and hot enough. That breeze is perfect. So we're loving that breeze right now. Well, I'm going to come back down here and try to get these pups running up and down the hill. So they will be tuckered out, ready for their ride. Mr. Red is who's going home today. So this will be his last day with us. We will miss him. He's just a great pup. We'll teach these guys how to get back up here through the gate. Good job. Good job. Now they've figured out the opening. They can all keep working their way in and out and playing around. Pretty safe environment, and with them, they will just have a blast. See if I can spend my time on the pavilion on this side of them. So from the sunny side of the pups, you can see their collar colors not having moved the shadow too much. Let's see. Mr. Blue and Mr. Brown over here. Oh, Mr. Brown let go. I was going to see who won that tug of war. Mr. Blue is a full size bigger than Violet's Brown for sure. And he's even like half a size bigger than Mr. Red, his rival sibling brother. So Mr. Blue, he is a big boy. And the other pups, I would say they're average size. They're not small for their age at all. They're average. And just Mr. Red, Mr. Blue coming through their lines happen to be just these full-size pups for their age. Huh, Mr. Blue? Hi. Hi, you want some love? Okay, I'll give you some love. Okay. Yes. Yes, I'll give you some love. Who else wants some love? Teal's right behind me. Pippa wants some love. Good girl. Jill wants some love. Blue's back. Yes. Yes. Brown. Good boy. Hi, Brown. Mr. Red. He's got a toy, so he's not gonna stick around for long. Oh, he stuck around. He let the toy go for some love, huh? You want some love? Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Brown's venturing out on his own. He's headed out. Oh, they're all taking a turn going for that rope toy. They're all going for it. Oh, we got a head bonk into the chair. Who's gonna come out with that one? Oh, Lavender had it for a second. She had it. Blue caught up to her. Got it back in his mouth. We'll see. We'll see. Red's back on it. Mr. Brown, he's going after the ball. We love this ball. It's perfect for pups. They can get their little teeth around it and really hold on to it good. And it's big enough they can't really get their whole jaw around it, so they don't chew it to bits right off the get-go, you know, a day after you buy it. So that's been a great toy. Love that one. The rope toys, they do okay. We monitor the pups with rope toys. We just don't want them to get a hunk off and swallow it. We monitor those interactions. So we have toys that we let the pups have free access to, and then toys that are monitored toys. Any kind of toy that we feel like they can chew into a bit and ingest is something we would monitor. So there are some plastics that a puppy will be able to gnaw their way through, and so you got to just figure out what plastics your puppy is going to chew through and monitor that. And then any kind of fabric or stuffed toy, that's always a monitored toy, because they can tear those up in a heartbeat and get hunks in their mouth. So we've never lost a dog from a choking hazard, but we've read stories of it, so it does happen. So, oh, Blue's got something to tell us. What did you say? What did you say? Huh? You got a story to tell? These guys, gosh, they've been playing now. I started the camera pretty close to when we got here. They've been playing a solid 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and now you can see them. They're off 4 feet. They're spending more time on the tummy. They're going to be ready for a ride. So in general, we recommend families try to let their pup exercise vigorously, like we've let them, for a solid 25 to 35, 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes as they get older, and maybe up to an hour before training. Let the pup get their wiggles out. Give them a chance to burn off that excitement and energy. Get them hungry, and then they're going to be attentive for their training and their treats, and things will go a little bit smoother for you. So, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. We'll probably stop this here. It's long enough, and we'll get ready for the next one.